that somewhere over there in the Abzu, somebody would emerge at the close of the age to fix this shit, and that Haile Selassie had transfer what you call it transmuted his energy from the Rastafari to Haile Selassie, right? King of King, Lord of Lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. We ain't no, so they telling us that he's gonna be instrumental and critical at the close of the age in order to close out everything and see clearly what's to take place. And for those who don't know, Hermes Ashkenaz, Hermes is the same as saying Hermes in Greek, right? And that's another name for Tahuti.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashkenaz, I forgot what that means. I used to know what it means. But that, for the ones in on the West Coast, they know him to be Nipsey Hussle. Right? So if you go back and you study Nipsey, you'll see he had a meteoric rise and then he disappeared. They say he got murdered.
Right.
Right? That's the sign of a master that can, the phoenix, where he can burn in his own ashes and rise from them. It's the same with Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E. They all followed the same pattern of the rise of the phoenix. That's because they was all chiefs on the land working to aid and assist in the closing of the Congress at the close of the age, because didn't nobody think that anybody would be able to do it. So all of the masters are in America right now. And you know them as historical figures, but those people have reincarnated to make sure this shit get done right. They wanted to see what do it look like when the shit get closed the right way. So they told them I was coming, and they all said I gotta be there, including the dirty ones. And who told y'all Dick Gregory was dead? Did anybody see his funeral?
I think Dr. B. Sirius was at his funeral.
Did he check to see if that was a mummy, a wooden figure, or that was really Dick?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Because I got the message today that he don't say be firm.
There you go again, Rod. There you go again, Rod.
Tell me how much sense this make. They say this man just had a heart attack. Right? He been a vegan for most of his life. So he don't got no plaque build up from polyunsaturated fats from eating bovine meat and pork. He don't got high cholesterol from eating unsaturated fats and bovine beef. Right? So his system would look like any 30-year-old system because it hasn't been abused. So what make you think he's just gonna have a heart attack and die? Huh? I'm trying to tell you something.
You hit him with the hood.
Huh? Don't ask me what, you stupid or something? Are you stupid? Huh? Are you stupid?
That's how he
Stop falling for every goddamn trick they throw in the book. Everybody they tell you dead ain't got to be dead. This is a world. It's a big place. They can hide motherfuckers anywhere. Some of them be hiding in plain sight, and y'all just don't see them. Sometimes I point them out just to prove to y'all that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But most of the time, I just overlook Shock G. Digitally underground.
When you hear the ring, a lot of people are interested in the ringing in your ears. When you hear the ringing in your ears, is there anything specific we should do?
All the instructions follow the mass ringing in the ears. That's why they've been trying to prop it up to be some kind of medical disorder. So you would try to run from it when it happens. Ain't no escaping it. You're going to be scanned by the elders for genetic health. That's what that's going to be. They're going to be reading your genetic health, and then they're going to be reading your spiritual reservoir. Your spiritual reservoir tells them how much self-work you did to be able to ascend. If you ain't do your shit, then Earth will disassociate the synchronization, and all of those people are just going to be... I've been telling them this for 3 years. They just think I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why all of them got to leave for a period of time. It's going to take about 12 years for anybody that don't belong on the earth to be able to come back in, because she's going to send out a frequency. They going to tell you that it's a banshee screaming. We ain't going to hear it. But it's going to be so loud they gonna be bleeding out their eyes, bleeding out their ears, and they gonna say it sound like a banshee screaming. We not gonna hear it though, because we sink to the earth. And that's the only thing they're gonna be able to, because that's the only thing where it's recorded where they'll know. Rip up the stomachs and wombs of their women and crush their infants' heads against the wall in order to annihilate forever their execrable race. That when the same cannot be done openly, I will secretly use the poison cup, the strangling cord, the steel of the poignard, which is it's like a dagger, or the leaden bullet, regardless of the honor, rank, dignity, or authority of the person or persons, whatever may be their condition in life, either public or private, as I at any time may be directed to do so by an agent of the Pope or superior of the Brotherhood of the Holy Faith of the Society of Jesus. Now, the Pope issue was known as, it's hard to read on here, but it's the most violent, bloody oath for the papacy. Now, a lot of it might seem like, when you read the body of it, it might seem, because of the wording back then was drastically different, and the F sometimes looked like an S.
Okay.
Right. But when you zoom in to that marquee paragraph right there, all right. So this is the papal's most wicked and bloody oath of secrecy. And then right here in the headline, it says, for the murdering of kings, princes, and slaying of people. I can't even read it on here.
Yeah.
But this is the oath, and so the marquee statement is the application of the white man's burden. So Rudyard Kipling was a poet, and he wrote this to explain what the white man's burden was in relation to the organic peoples of the land that they call the infidels and the peasants and the goyim. He was a good friend with Cecil Rhodes. And Cecil Rhodes, Rudyard Kipling, was good friends with Cecil Rhodes. Cecil Rhodes was given the army by, I think it was the Dutch, to settle the Congo, settle the African Congo. That was part of the scramble. See what them dudes in the barrel? That's it. So this is a poetic description of the white man's burden. In order to understand the white man's burden, you need to know who in the hell is a white man. Right? Because when they first came over here, they was melanated beings, but they called themselves Dutch, Portuguese, French, Englishmen, conquistadors, which were Spaniards, and they called themselves blackamoors. Right? So right here, zoom in a little bit more, Elder. This is Black's Law definition of a free white person or a white person in law, right? It's a free white persons referred to in Naturalization Act as amended by Act of July 14th, 1870, has meaning naturally given to it when first used in First State 103, Section 3, meaning all persons belonging to the European races then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. It includes all out the gate. more or less intermixed with people of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. It includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and the Basque and Albanians. It includes the mixed Latin, Celtic, Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal. Those are conquistadors they talking about. When they say Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, this is your conquistadors, right? Hold on, I gotta find my spot.
Right here, the mix.
The mixed Greek, Latin, Phoenicians, and North African inhabitants of Sicily. For those who don't know, after the wars with Hannibal, they exiled all of a sizable portion of the melanated population to the island to try to stamp out the Etruscans, which is the Moors in Italy, right? It says, and the mixed Slav, which means slave, and Tartar inhabitants of South Russia. It does not mean Caucasian race. Caucasians are white people. It don't mean Aryan race. Aryans are Hindus, Vedics, or Indo-European races, right? Indo mean ancient Europeans. Neo mean new Indo-Europeans. Nor the mixed Indo-European, Dravidian, Semitic, Mongolian people who inhabited Persia. This is the ones that they passed off as the $5 Indian, right? A Syrian or Asiatic birth and descent will not be entitled as becoming a naturalized citizen of the United States as being a free white person. So now they told you exactly who they is. Now, if you know who they is in history, you know who they are today. It's a clear as day that it does not mean Caucasian race. It does not mean Aryan race or Indo-European races, nor the mixed Indo-European, Dravidian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples who inhabited Persia, which is the Middle East. A Syrian and Asiatic birth and descent will not be entitled to become a naturalized citizen of the United States as being a free white person. Everybody else is by default subject to be classified as black. And black is a chess term, right? So type in on the Google, who moved first in chess?
The pawns. You can move the knight though.
The colors move. It's moved by color.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, shit. The white always go for.
Unless you're playing roster chess, you can turn that shit around.
Yeah,
Attack the attacker.
Yeah, right. Alchemy. Hey, also to add to on that slide you just went over, when you think about what he's talking about, think about the movie Avatar and how these Caucasians use people that look like the natives, but they wasn't the natives. They came
right. They
looking
like
like this.
Avatar suits.
Yeah.
That's what the movie is about.
Pocahontas. It's the Pocahontas storyline. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. So the what I tell you, look up again.
Yeah, damn, my bad. You said look up
who moves first on the chessboard.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ooh. White man. Shit. Oh, right.
Wow.
Read what it say.
Dang. They went hard on that. In all international and public chess matches, the tournament, however, it is the rules for the first player to have the white man. Damn. Thus, there was a growing consent that white should move first. What?
Wow.
But that's
Okay,
crazy.
now look, type in Moors and say Moors playing chess. This they game.
Mm.
They figured we would never learn how to play chess on their level. They got me fucked up.
My children are all chess champions. Go ahead.
See them?
Yeah. Mm.
The next thing after we look at this, these Moors playing chess, I need you to pull up on YouTube Mash Speed Mama Bear. This they game.
Mm.
I don't see no pale faces, but I sure see the white man, right? Because they the ones that attack. They are the offenders.
Free white man.
That's why he's a free white person in law, because the law don't apply to him, because he's the one that's the wielder of law as the tool of oppression. Okay, now pull up Mash Speed Mama Bear on YouTube.
While you're doing that, Brother Hayes, I need to make a statement and have you to say something about it. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talked about the chessboard and how the white pieces always move first, and therefore they're in offense, and the Black people move second, which means that Black people are in defense. But now I don't know if she was actually saying what I'm about to say, or we just assumed she was talking about Caucasians moving first on a chessboard, and the so-called Black people, or us melanated people, are always in defense mode.
You ever seen her husband?
I heard he was German. I heard that's where the name Welsing come from. I don't know if that's true or not.
Anyway, she know what was going on. The ISIS paper, Keys to the Colors, is the name of the paper.
Yes. Okay. Wow.
She's telling you that the chess game, the mover as the attacker on the chess is.
So she was essentially telling us what was going on in codes.
Yep. All you had to do was know how to match the keys up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Decolonize your mind. Now in here, this is the elder Mama Bear speaking from 7 generations back, telling us the message that she got off the Mama Bear line. And the message was that the Black people, the ones that look like us, had to go in to be treated like the other people that look like us. The same. Both of us fucked up. But they was the ones behind the scenes controlling it the whole time. Let's rock.
The dirty Moors are the ones behind the scenes.
This is a message from one of the elders in the community. Now notice she said that we made agreement to do the slavery thing. Slavery is a misnomer. It's a cover story to conceal the conjuring.
Prisoners of war.
Yeah. So go type in David Walker's appeal.
You said we, as in the indigenous or the organic people of the land, agreed to slavery?
I'm going to explain to you in 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, Africans that were brought over here.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Africans. It was organic people already over here.
Yeah, prisoners of war. Hey, Rob, what you want me to read on this one?
Pull up the book cover. I want to show them what book to get for what I'm about to talk about.
Which one you like, Rob?
The one you got is fine. Okay, so David Walker was one of the chiefs on the land, and he noticed an anomaly, right? And the anomaly was there was some people that looked like us that was in bondage on the land. He wanted to know who they was. So he wrote the David Walker's appeal. This was the first of the chiefs to launch an investigation into the different brown-skinned people over here that looked like us, but wasn't us. That's what this is all about. This is the discourse of one of the chiefs. He put it in the public domain for the rest of the chiefs to get it. Now, Dr. Pruitt just asked, did we volunteer to go into slavery? We went into a conjure war. Slavery is the cover story of the conjure war. It was never true. It was the artificial history, because remember in the George Washington Challenge, they were supposed to treat us harshly for 200 years, and we don't even know what side of the water we originate from. The slave narrative was to try to convince us that we ain't from this land, and then the dirty Moors would say, see, I told y'all we the chiefs over here. So the challenge was fezzes versus feathers. I sent you a picture of E40. Can you pull it up?